Hello, fellow viewers. You might notice that my camera's a bit different. Yep, I basically got an iPod Touch for Christmas, so yeah, and it has a camera, so I have the chance to film better videos now. I mean, not like spectacular quality, but better than my other ones. Um, so yeah, today I'm pretty much gonna be reviewing this first volume of the Beyond Midnight arc of the Higurashi series. And by the way, I'm going with this without a script, so if I go on and on, it's really kind of my fault because I don't have the time or patience to make scripts for like every one of my videos, so I'm just gonna get on with it. So if you don't know the purpose of the Higurashi series, it's basically about it's kind of hard to explain because there's like so much that happens. Like there's just like a lot of it's not like an ongoing series. It's just like it gives you like all these events that like don't really take place in like order. Like they take place at different like periods in time, and like it's kind of like a puzzle. Like they give you all the questions at first, but then I only have all the question arcs. I don't really have any of the answer arcs yet. But it is a bit confusing because there's like a ton of question arcs at the beginning, but then they give you all the answers to all the questions you might have. So I probably will be reviewing those later. But yeah. On the cover here, this is actually uh so they say me and Sonozaki, but um yeah, she has a twin sister, so you never know, it might be her twin sister. I mean, she might be lying. She and Sonozaki, if you don't know, but I kind of spoiled that there, but oh well. Um, I'll read the back cover. Um, in the 20 years since the Hinawazawa disaster, sorry, I cannot pronounce that. I've heard them say it a million times, I still can't pronounce it myself. Disaster. The small village has become a literal ghost town. Terrible rumors about the mysterious gas leak that claim the hundreds of lives have kept even the most curious at bay. But on this night, fate has led to 5 strangers to the abandoned mountain hamlet. Among them, a certain Mian Sonozaki, as I said on the cover, as the footsteps of the living echo through the abandoned halls of the Furude Shrine. The sleeping demons of Hinuozawa stir once again. And yeah, there's like a bloody handprint as always on like all of them. And here's the price: US dollars. It's about $12 per book, which is kind of, I guess, not that bad. I don't know. It does include color pages and stuff, so I can kind of see why it's for older teens. Like, believe me, there's like tons of gore in this. So if you're like kind of sensitive to that kind of thing, I suggest not getting this. It's very gory and it is very psychological. So if you don't really like stuff like that, then I do not suggest get this. And it's done by Yin Press. Okay, so basically this is basically different from like what I've seen of the other ones because it goes in the future. It doesn't go in the past or anything like that. It's like 20 years after what like all these disasters have, took place. They introduce new characters such as like this girl like here, I'll show you. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. There's like that guy, he's a reporter trying to get information about like all the disasters. This is a girl, we don't really know much about her, but from what I've seen, she looks pretty nice. She's just kind of randomly there. This is like her friend, I guess. This guy over here. Oh shoot. Oh, this confused me a lot because I thought this was Satoshi at first, and Satoshi is like a guy that was this girl Satoko's older brother, but he like disappeared, so he's like a big kind of character in like the plot from 20 years ago. He's kind of like almost the main reason why some of the deaths occur because I'm not gonna stop there because if I go any on, I'll spoil a lot. This is actually a different character. His name is like Atobe or something. And that really confused me because I thought this was actually gonna be the arc where they go back in time. They talk about how like Shion and Mion were like knowing Satoshi, and like I think it was Shion that fell in love with him. Um, that's what I thought this was gonna be about, but I don't know. I don't really keep track of all the names of the arcs, and I was looking at the back of this, and it says it actually wasn't from. Oh, there's like these little sketches here. It's cute. It says it's like a It wasn't in the original game series, so I can see why it wasn't in the anime because I actually watched the anime first, and yeah, I'm just starting to read the manga because I really love this series. It's really intriguing and kind of keeps you entertained because it's just it's very thought provoking. Like you kind of think like, oh yeah, I mean, it's just very kind of well put together, and it's not like your typical mystery where this like, oh yeah, it's like the same things over and over again. Or I mean, there's like different artists for every arc. There's like a different scenario for every arc. It's not like a typical kind of thing. It's it's just like it's like a new kind of, yeah. I'll compare it to hmm, I guess it's just kind of like a new type of candy for like every. I don't know why I'm comparing it to candy, but it's like a new flavor every arc, I guess. New flavor, new appearance. What is what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, like some of them are very like similar in the sense that they connect to each other, but and yeah, for this one I wanted to review in particular because I found it to be very different from what I've read in the past because it's just like a future arc, and plus the artwork is just so god dang different. I mean, it just looks kind of sketchy. Like, I mean, it doesn't really look like a. I mean, it looks good, like no doubt about it, but it looks more like a pencil work. Like, It's obvious that they use like pencils, a lot of pencil work. They like started sketching this, and then they went over it afterward. Look, they obviously used like um some kind of like colored pencil or maybe markers for her hair. It just looks different, and like here, I'll show you 1 second. You'll be seeing blackness for a second. Excuse me for that. This is the previous arc. I read this. It's about it's called Time Killing Arc. It's basically about Rika and how Rika's a little girl right there. Rika and like this guy that comes to investigate uh, because the grandson of this whole plot consists over about how like the dam construction, the village is like all against it, but yet there's like some people that are for the dam construction, and so there's like a lot of conflict over that from the 20 years ago, and a lot of the deaths are because of this dam construction that they don't want to happen. So this guy comes to investigate because the grandson of the dam construction leader, I guess, becomes he's kidnapped, and they have to like find out who kidnapped him, and they have to rescue him. So that's the plot of this arc. But I mean, my main point is, I mean, this artwork just looks so different. I mean, it's it looks like like a typical anime, but this kind of looks more serious, and this one's more cutesy and stuff. I mean, like this. Look at it. I mean, most of them are like this. Like most of them are very cutesy and kind of. They don't really look more realistic. This looks like a bit more realistic because I mean, they shade the lips. They add like more shading to the eyes. They make the eyes smaller. It just looks so different. And when I looked at this, it kind of like made me a little weirded out because I'm like, what? I mean, I thought it was good artwork, but it was just so different from what we had before. I know I'm going too much on about this, but this kind of another thing that surprised me about this arc. Um, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit odd, and it's not as like since it's so different from like what I've I was just gonna expect something that was like a continuation of like the series that takes place in like the 80s, but no, this is actually takes place in like early 2000s, like 2006 or something. And I remember there was something like that in the anime where I like the second series called Higurashi no Nakukoro something. I don't know. Um the girl Rina, she comes there's at the beginning. I think they show her like in like 20 years after in 2006, and she's in her 40s, and they kind of talk to her about like, oh yeah, all the deaths and whatnot. I don't know. It's been a long time because I've seen that episode, so I don't really know. But I remember they did do something like that. Um. So yeah, I mean this it's like off to a good start, but I mean I'd rather this. I don't know. I can kind of see why they didn't include it in the anime. It's like not really needed, and those characters. I mean, I didn't really see the point of it, honestly. I mean, I'm not. It's not. I'm not like I don't. It's not like I hate it, but I really just don't really see the point of unless it. I haven't read the second one, so I mean, this is a kind of bad thing to say. I mean, it might have more point to it or more significance once I get to the second book, but I honestly don't really feel like reading any more Higurashi because I'm kind of getting too, you know, I've been reading enough darkness, you know. This is a very dark series, and it just kind of makes you feel a little. I don't know. It makes you. It doesn't make really feel well. I mean, yeah, it makes you feel. It gives you like a refreshing feeling when like the good things are happening, and but when you witness all those deaths and stuff, I mean, it really can kind of traumatize you. Not traumatize, but this kind of give you the. I know it makes you sound like 4 years old when I say this, but the EBGBs. So yeah, I'm kind of going to take a break from this and read something else. Because believe me, still have plenty of manga to read. Because I have like, I got some for my birthday, but I've never had time to read them. So maybe I'll review those too. So expect me to make more videos where I just kind of go on and talk about like what's new. And honestly, um, if you want to buy this whole series and if you want to like, if you have this whole series and you want to keep on going, then I suggest you to buy this arc. But if you really figure that you don't really need the whole future thing and you don't really care and you can just read some summary of it online, then yeah, I mean you really don't have to buy this from and that I mean yeah, it does kind of go over like important things like about the past and all the deaths and stuff like that, but I mean I just don't find it really. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool having a thing from the future, but I mean, it wasn't a really. And it was entertaining somewhat, but I didn't really see the point of it. Kind of. Um, I mean, yeah, Mian's there. She's all grown up. And I mean, believe me, Mian's become really creepy in this. Like, she just looks so kind of like stern and. Well, she still has her personality where she's silly and stuff, but believe me, she's like always kind of making that face where she just looks so sad and well, I mean, I can see why, because her whole village was killed off. Oops. Yeah. Oops. um. Yeah. Basically, I guess it's not so much of a surprise. I mean, if you read it, you'll still get the same effect. I mean, you're bound to expect all these deaths, but yeah, that's kind of a spoiler. But oh well. Yeah. Her basically. Um. She's kind of out to be sad because basically all her friends have, kind of disappeared on her. Not disappeared, but they've been all killed by the. I'm not gonna say why they were killed. I'll at least give you that much. So yeah, this is my review. It probably wasn't that good because I kept on spoiling a lot of crap, but oh well. Um, I kind of give you a glance of the manga itself, and maybe I'll show you the second one here. 1 second. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. I don't want this to be as long as my other videos. Yeah, here's a cover of the next one. It's basically kind of like the same. It's the same. It's me and Sonzaki, except actually no. I think that might be Shion. I don't think that's her because it might be a different person. Believe me, I don't really know yet, but it might be her twin sister. But it's definitely one of the Sonzaki sisters, and she has her katana and stuff and her cool outfit. I kind of like that. It looks like a traditional, like Japanese kind of thing. I it looks pretty cool to me. So yeah, maybe I'll review this one next. I probably won't because I don't know. I kind of told you so much about it that you can just kind of tell the whole premise of it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice day.